The Middle East is aflame. After years of losing and help from the Russians, the United Arab Republic has launched an assault to retake the Sinai. With Israel unwilling to yield and a growing threat in Jordan, only one question remains. Who will prevail?
Welcome to IDF FFI, a mod for Battlefield 2 and the hottest Arab-Israeli war simulator you'll ever see. Although unlike other mods, this one has 3 different versions, each covering a different war, and although I'll be focusing on the latest, we'll still see if it holds up as its own thing with its content, replayability, and how it stacks up to the other 2 versions. Now let's get the hell to it. The 3 versions have a lot overall, but for this review I'll be focusing on the War of Attrition version, which, unlike the other 2, has more countries to select into.
Play as Israel, the 4-time regional champion and the newest excuse to not go to class. The UAR, which lost so badly this time that Nasser nearly died of cringe. Jordan, the most competent army on the Arab side. Syria. And the PLO, back when they hijacked planes and shit, instead of, paying everyone else to do it.
Shut the F up!
Where you'll be fighting across 2 wars, the aforementioned War of Attrition and Black September. Due to the nature of both, you'll notice more nighttime raids and heli insertions as opposed to the old-fashioned tank duels of other mods. And yes, some of these maps are from the base game, but they've modified most of them enough to fit, and the attention to detail here is pretty darn good. Everyone's command centers are now replaced with APC tents, which make for pretty good cover. The Syrian vehicles have the Palestinian markings they had when they invaded Jordan, and every weapon is beautifully animated and feels like the real deal, although there's a major problem with that first thing that I'll get to later. This part mostly depends on how much interest you have in these wars. Not necessarily because it's boring or anything, but because there's a lot of stuff you have to look past in order to really enjoy it. For one, the air maps are actual attrition warfare with bots that rarely fire back. Every map will crash if you use one of these armed cars because... I couldn't tell you. And because of how Battlefield 2 animations work, every time you switch to a handheld gun, or if you go too deep into water, you'll have to wait before firing because the devs put an excruciatingly long equipping animation for most of these guns. Like usual, I can only assume this is for realism, and for the rifle grenades, fine, but I don't think a little water is gonna uncock a gun or unload a bazooka.
Are you sure about that?
And this makes the special forces and anti-tank classes the only practical ones to use, with the others being there mostly for fun. So yeah, if you want the best experience, don't use cars, don't play these, play special forces, then you'll be fine.
But the Kalkman, what is the point? If this is the newest version of the mod, then these 2 should be buggy garbage looking dogshit.
Kind of. The 6-day war version does look ass, and both it and the Yom Kippur version suffer from a lot of painfully obvious map reuse, which ruins the immersion. But there's still a lot of gameplay differences, whether it's having to human wave across a bridge or use much lower tech aircraft. And the vehicles are consistently great to use throughout, which is more than I can say for the guns. The only unimprovement, is the 6-day war FAL, only because it isn't a total earthquake simulator. Yeah, pretty good.
Son of a bitch!
Therefore, choosing between these will mainly come down to interest. If you know nothing about these wars, if you want to experience how radically weapons change between them, try L3. Who knows? You might end up liking the retard 34. Overall, ignoring every time I died from this stupid animation, the latest version at least looks great, and getting cool footage was no trouble at all. And this mod is still in beta, so there should be more improvements to come, and you know I'll be here for it. As long as they don't nerf this.
'Cause baby, I'm